guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today I want to share a deck that is just so strong right now in the current meta. It's a dirty deck. You might have to sanitize, wash your hands, maybe before and after playing this deck, but it's really solid. Here's the deck, guys. It includes a card that it's been dominating ladder. Wizard has been everywhere on ladder. Strangely enough, not that popular in Grand and Classic challenges. A little bit more in Classic than Grand, or in like CRL. We don't see a lot of Wizard here and there, but on ladder, Wizard everywhere, to the annoyance of many people. So capitalizing on that annoying aspect of the deck, we're going to go ahead and focus on the Prince. Another right on the verge of being overpowered card in the meta, along with Lumberjack, Royal Ghost, Inferno Dragon. Like, everything in this deck is super strong. Now, if you don't have the Royal Ghost, you can go ahead and sub in Dark Prince and make it a double Prince deck, and then go ahead in for Inferno Dragon. You can actually sub in NATO if you want to, and you'll have the NATO to synergize with both the Dark Prince and also with the Wizard. So the arrows actually fit in really, really nicely with this deck, because oftentimes you don't have the Wizard at your disposal, or you know they have a Lightning or a Fireball or whatever in hand, and you need to kill the minions or the minion horde they're dropping on your Golem, or use it defensively. So arrows actually play a pivotal role in this deck in a lot of matchups. Now, guys, I am by no stretch of the imagination high in trophies right now, 5182, but I was tilting earlier today. I switched to this deck, and I was able to pick up about 300, 400 trophies with it in about an hour. I went on a nice win streak, and I want to continue that today. We'll take a look at my battle log and also watch a couple replays, but I want to start out with a live match or two. We'll give them the thumbs up, the good luck, and talk about this deck and how it works. Hopefully have a lot of fun. Now, obviously, we want to go ahead and pump up early, right? But we don't have pump in our starting 5 hands. So I had Toby Spirit Hawk on the channel a week or two ago with a Golem deck, and something that Toby does that I'm gonna go ahead and mimic is sometimes, that was bad. I'm gonna go ahead and go in here. He really, that's an 8 elixir investment so far on his part. I think I can take a lot of damage off this tower, or kill his Royal Giant, at least. And still, this is going to be a huge, huge advantage for me. And look at this Royal Ghost. He has like no elixir left. I'm going to go ahead and just arrow that. Why not, right? It's not going to let my Royal Ghost do any extra damage, but I will take care, of course, of those minions. So now we have our pump in hand. We can kind of reset here. We know his cards. He's playing a really annoying... He might probably be playing the Fire Spirit, Furnace, Lightning, Royal, Giant deck, but we haven't seen the Furnace yet. He'll probably play it next if he has it. Let's see. He doesn't have Royal Giant in hand. There's the Furnace. We called it. So we're just going to let this go, guys. We're going to let all these waves go. We're not going to, like, focus too hard on defending every little micro attack here. So now that he's coming in with a ton of Fire Spirits, we're going to take all this damage. Some of you might not agree with this strategy, but I am totally comfortable playing this deck from behind, especially in single elixir time. Now, he does have Royal Giant in hand. He doesn't have Lightning in hand, so he does have minions as well. So what I'm going to do is, since he doesn't have Lightning, I'm going to play my Wizard aggressively at the bridge here. That will help out against those Barbarians. I forgot this deck also has Barbarians. That was not, as much as I'd like to say it was, that was not a predictive play. It was just an obvious play as far as I don't need to do anything here. Okay, beautiful. And now at this point with 57 seconds left, we're just going to go ahead and Royal Ghost here. He still has to deal with this Wizard. So I'm going to pump up. He might take the left tower. But the reason we're pumping here... All right, I'm just going to cycle Lumberjack in the back and play an Inferno Dragon right directly on that Royal... he might Lightning this. We'll see what he does. He is going to Lightning it, but my Lumberjack's going to stay alive. I might be able to keep this tower. Okay, I'm leaking Elixir. That was bad. Okay, so he takes the tower, but I have a full health pump, and that's really good, because he wasn't able to Lightning the pump. Instead, he was forced to Lightning on the Inferno Dragon and such. So again, we're going to be ready for his... he's trying to cycle, I imagine, to a... We're going to arrow that up. Ooh, that was an arrow. That was some arrows, guys. So he's going to Lightning right now. Now I'm going to play the... I always wait for after the spell till I play the Wizard. And there it goes, guys. This is going to be GG. No way he can stop this. No way. And, you know, good game. We'll give him the picky nose because he started it. He started it! Let's go ahead and go into another match here. So I really, hopefully you guys can, you know, I mean, why am I gemming open a chest when I don't need to gem open a chest? I don't know. Bad habits, I guess. Bad, dirty gemmer habits. So let's go into another match here against Marcy. Good luck. Thumbs up. No picky nose, please. All right. So again, no pump. Really not excited about that in the first 5 cards. So we're just going to have to focus kind of on defense here. I'm going to leak some elixir early on because I don't really want to respond to this. I'll play a wizard in the back here, although it's not ideal. So he has Gang and Tombstone. He's playing Lavaloon. And I just used my big air counter. And my pump is still 1 away. So I guess I'm just going to Inferno Dragon in the back here. And I'm going to Lumberjack to protect this wizard here. We need to keep the wizard alive as long as possible. And at least get some damage off of this. So we have, the wizard's going to die. But he did a very, very nice job there. We'll give him the well played of going in. We're going to go in with a prince here. He's going to take the tower no matter what, so we don't have to worry about the gang. Hopefully he doesn't have oh man, he does have Tombstone already back in cycle there. Man, that was well played. It might be GG already here on his part. Really heads up move on his part, hitting me with a balloon there in the opposite lane. Unfortunately, that's why I was leaking elixir early on, right? Is because of the... Oh, this guy's really being annoying. Because I didn't want to respond without knowing what deck he was playing. But then when I cycled the wizard, you run into trouble because I only really have 2 air counters in the wizard and, of course, the Inferno Dragon. And I had to use both of them there to stop that Lavaloon push. So we're going to go ahead with a Golem here. And it looks like he's just going to try for the 3 crown right off the bat. So what we're going to do is Inferno Dragon in the right lane and see what he does here. Okay. We're going to arrow that up. Hopefully he doesn't get a hit with a balloon. That was a nice zap on his part. All right, so now this is kind of like do or die here, as much as I hate to say it. He has Tombstone already back in cycle. All he has to do is put a little bit of pressure here in the left lane. What I really want to do here, guys, is go for the 3 crown as well, but I have to wait till the tower is down so I can drop the wizard. He's going to go ahead and try to cycle me out here. I'm going to place a pump way over here, try to get that balloon. And, oof, kind of an awkward situation. Okay, going to go in with a prince. And wizard gets a few hits. That's good. Is he going to Tombstone here? Doesn't have Tombstone up. We get the stab. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, we got it down. Oh, baby. And all that BM. Now, if I was a dirty BMer, I would respond in kind, but I won't. So first we got a picky nose. Then we got an early game BMer. But we've came out with 2 victories. So we're going strong here, guys. All right, let's go in for another match. I'm not going to gem my chest this time. I do want to kind of talk about different... Well, that was Lavaloon, and you guys saw how we played it. We have Fixsto. Good luck. We'll give him the nod. And send in a Royal Ghost to start out here. Royal Ghost is a pretty good starting play. Again, no pump. Man, it feels bad. Feels bad. All right, so we're going against a bait deck here, guys. I'm going to use my arrows, obviously, on the Goblin Barrel. Unfortunately, that Knight was able to get into my area without the tower engaging him. But now, at least, we're forced to play a Lumberjack here against the Princess. We don't really have another option. He'll probably respond with a gang or something. There's the gang. I'm going to probably pump up here, as long as he doesn't go, like, super aggressive. He probably has Rocket, so... we will see in a second. So we don't have like a big... Well, we have only arrows in this deck, so it's a little bit of a challenging matchup. He might Knight here. Let's see what he does. No Knight, so we're just able to play the Royal Ghost directly on that Princess. Not allowing him to stack up Princesses is going to be pretty important in this matchup. I'll play the Inferno Dragon just to cycle to my arrows in case he was going to combo with a Goblin Barrel, but because he's not, I'm going to just wait. At this point, I'm just going to wait till double elixir time to probably get a Golem push off. Car alarm going off in the background, no big deal. Okay. I feel like he's going to go in aggressive here, so I'm actually not going to... I was tempted to maybe Golem there, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to play Lumberjack and see what he does. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do this over here. I'm going to have to play a Royal Ghost in the back to take care of this Goblin Barrel. And hopefully the Royal Ghost, hopefully we can mitigate some damage here. Not too bad. Maybe a little bit of a Panic Inferno Dragon. I just didn't want him to get that Princess lock on the tower. But now I can actually execute a Golem push here. And keep in mind, he wasn't able to rocket that pump. So I am going to arrow this. And I'm going to let this Princess get all kinds of damage because we don't really care about that tower too much. He does have rocket, obviously. So we want this Wizard to really get a lot of value here. I'm going to go ahead and go in with a... He's going to... Oh, that was a good rocket on his part. We're going to go with the Prince immediately. He missed the Lumberjack. He does have... okay. I think we got this tower, guys. I think we got this. Look at that, taking care of everything. That's it, baby. We're just going to keep the pressure on because we have the big pump advantage here. I'm actually going to go in the pocket with this Lumberjack, take care of that Princess, and then we'll play the Prince in the pocket as well, and that should be GG. So there we go. Not bad. Pretty well played on his part, but again, you're noticing with all of these matches that we're pretty early on. We're going in with the we're coming in at a deficit, right? We're always down early, especially that Lava Loon match, to say the least, and we're able to kind of just stick with it, not give up, try to make smart plays. I feel like he probably should have rocketed my pump there. Instead, he saved it on defense, and I think he missed my Lumberjack. Either way, I'm pretty confident we would have been able to take down that tower. Guys, let's go ahead and jump into some replays from earlier and talk about some specific matchups. All right, guys, so I want to go ahead and talk about a matchup that you guys might actually see in your ladder range. It's kind of weird. It's Elite Barbarians and Hog Rider and Goblin Barrel. But again, I want this video to apply to everybody in every trophy range, and I know a lot of you guys have to deal with Elite Barbarians. So I figured we'd talk about how to deal with them with this deck. And this guy, he must have just been messing around because this guy's actually a really good player. He's a 20-win player, as you guys can see from his profile. Let's go ahead and watch this matchup anyway and just see how we kind of handled it. Again, Pump definitely not in our starting 5 cards, so we're gonna have to try to like strategize, just basically defending, right? If your Pump isn't in your starting hand, it's all about just kind of defending and cycling to your Pump and not taking a ton of damage and not falling behind too much in elixir there. So that was an 8 elixir defense on my part, but then he uses his minions and his zap there on defense. So that puts me back in the elixir lead by quite a bunch. And I'm feeling really good about that start, and I decide to let these minions go as well. And this is really just like a perfect example. I probably could have used the Royal Ghost here, but I decided to go with the safer Lumberjack. Royal Ghost better to defending against a Goblin King, obviously, if you know where the Goblin Barrel is going to land. But I didn't want to take the risk of losing my whole elixir pump to that Goblin Barrel if he placed it all around. So he splits Elite Barbs here. I'm able to just defend. Obviously, I don't really care too much about the health of my right tower at this point, so even though that Elite Barb was low in health, I'm totally cool with letting that go and even taking like 1,000 damage to one solo Elite Barbarian if that was the case. Luckily, it wasn't. So here in this situation, I'm just going to go ahead and arrow, and I'm going to essentially sacrifice or almost sacrifice this left tower. Again, it goes back to my strategy of just being willing to take a lot of damage to manufacture an elixir advantage for you in the match. So here we go again. Now I have a Wizard, and I knew he had Elite Barbarians either in cycle or one away. That's why I immediately played that Lumberjack right behind the Wizard. And again, I'm able to take that tower. So what started out as a huge deficit for me, I'm able to pretty quickly go ahead and turn the tide around even before double elixir time. So here again, guys, able to defend against those Elite Barbarians using the Prince. And, you know, like this match is actually going to go pretty fast here. I'm able to 3-crown this guy. But let me just kind of rewind and talk about overall strategy against Elite Barbarians. Like, just like any other card, it doesn't matter if it's Elite Barbarian. You're still going to want to defend, obviously. But just hopefully this match illustrated 2 things. Number 1 is pump up and protect your pump, even if it means taking 1,000 damage on your tower. And number 2 is if you think they might have their Elite Barbs in hand when you're going in for a big offensive push, make sure that you go ahead and support that wizard, add that lumberjack. Lumberjack actually does a really good job against elite barbarians, as long as it's not just 1 versus 2, but if they're already starting to target that wizard, they can do a great job. Same with Prince. Prince actually does a much better job against elite barbs, but he costs 1 more elixir. But Prince and lumberjack will do a fantastic job when kind of dealing with elite barbarians. So let's go ahead and cover one kind of trouble matchup. This time we will go with, let's see, bait. Okay, that's when I was tilting. I wanted to go, I thought I faced another, do you want to go against Hog Cycle? Let's watch how to deal with a Hog Cycle matchup here. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Let's go with a Golem Lightning deck. Let's see if this guy is, okay. Let's watch this one and see how we do, because he has lightning, and we do have a good lightning target in the wizard in this deck, so we'll kind of see how he deals with it, and how I'm able to, as soon as I know he has lightning, how I'm able to kind of abuse that when I'm staggering my support troops behind my golem. So here we go. Again, he starts out with a golem as his first play, so I'm just going to go ahead and mirror that, and then I think he follows up with Night Witch, so then I know, okay, this is going to be kind of a difficult matchup, considering that Night Witch does very well against other golem decks. So I'm just going to go ahead and, in this very first push of the match, I'm just focused on killing his golem, letting my golem eat up all that damage, and then getting a nice kind of group of support troops behind. So I have Lumberjack and I have a Prince. I mitigate the damage that he does to my tower. However, I'm not able to do really any damage on the opposite end. And then he does a really aggressive lightning there. So I know I have a huge elixir advantage because of that lightning on his part. So I play a Royal Ghost. Now, at this point in the match, he plays a Lumberjack against that Royal Ghost. And I know he didn't want to take like 1,000 plus damage to the Royal Ghost, but at this point in my head, I'm thinking this is great because he just keeps using more elixir to defend than I'm using to defend. And again, he does it again. He uses 5 elixir to defend against my 4 elixir Inferno Dragon. So I'm like, you better believe I'm going to let this wizard go. I don't care. Actually, I do care. I'm going to use my Prince, because that wizard can do like 1,000 damage. I don't want to take that much. But I know he has to respond to this Prince, and he makes probably his biggest mistake in using his Night Witch at the bridge against my Prince. Now I have an elixir advantage, and I know really his best weapon against my deck, the Night Witch, is out of cycle. So that's the thing about using the Prince on defense, like in a situation like that, is of course, it doesn't feel good at the time because you're using 5 elixir to defend against a 4 elixir wizard in that case. However, they're going to have to answer your Prince, or he's going to take the tower, and oftentimes, especially if you have arrows in hand in case they have like a minion horde or minions or something, you're going to be able to, they're going to have to answer you using a lot of elixir as well. So here we go, guys. It's going to be my golems at the tower. I'm able to defend his golem really easily. His lightning is out of rotation, and you can see here, I wasn't super aggressive when it comes to supporting or killing his golem. I could have unleashed knowing that I have the elixir advantage. Instead, I opted to save up my elixir and use it on defense there. Excuse me, use it to recycle another golem. What am I talking about? I didn't use it on defense. I used it to cycle to another golem at the bridge, and that allowed me to relatively easily take that tower there. So that's kind of how you want to deal with not just a giant lightning deck, but really any lightning deck. And here, with only 10 seconds left, basically I'll just use the pump to distract the golem or any other kind of push that he has going on. Obviously, it's something you can do also against a giant deck. So guys, best of luck with this deck. I think it's one of the strongest decks in the game, and it's really easy to use, one of those low skill cap decks. So best of luck with it, guys. Huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out his information in the description below, and check out my player tag and stats profile on statsforhell.com, my other channel sponsor, in the description below. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.